Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News starts right now.
Tonight, parents calling for accountability from Rochester Community Schools after just settling a lawsuit for 6 figures. Right now, a Change.org petition has more than 1,000 signatures asking for 3 things from the school board so everybody can move forward.
Our Mara McDonald is live in Rochester tonight. Mara, the depositions in that federal lawsuit really opened a can of worms here.
Jace, it really did. And specifically in those depositions, it was revealed that the district was spending resources, time, money, and staff to monitor parents' social media and compile files on parents who were critical of the district. Parents had complained of bullying at the hands of the Rochester School Board and superintendent, but it took one mom who said the district called her employer and got her fired because she was dissatisfied with online learning options to file a federal lawsuit. That lawsuit was settled for 6 figures, but the fallout lingers.
In a matter of 2 months, there were dossiers made on more than 200 parents and residents in Rochester who may have criticized or question some of the actions of the board.
There have been multiple board meetings with parents launching livid comments, but some in support.
I believe our Board of Education administration have done the best they could the past years under the circumstances.
But now one mom who was on the receiving end of the administration sending cops to her house has come up with a Change.org petition signed at this point by more than 1,000 community members to help everybody move on.
The people who signed this petition are not looking for a state takeover of the Board of Education. We're not looking for an entire clean slate that leaves an even bigger void.
That petition asks for 3 things: discipline for the superintendent and assistant superintendent, an updated anti-retaliation policy, and an independent investigation into alleged violations of the school district's procedures.
I still have hope. I mean, I think the support that I'm feeling from a lot of members of the community right now, I think we can do this.
Back here live, the discipline that petition is seeking for the superintendent and assistant superintendent, it's recommending termination or resignation. Hard to see that happening here with the current school board. We're in Rochester. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Yeah. All right, Mara, we appreciate it.
Well, it's hard to believe it was 80 degrees 2 days ago. Tonight, some of you might see, dare I say it, snowflakes.
I feel like, yeah, we just got to remind ourselves, it's not over yet, Paul, and we might have some trouble out there.
Yeah, we've actually had snow in May, so it ain't over till it's over.
That's right.
Somebody much more famous than me said that once, but here's Storm Tracker 4. Now, most of us are dry. I mean, the heart of the area, we've not had a flake tonight, but it's up here that things have been a little kind of on the crazy side tonight. You can see it here. We'll just kind of do a little tour around for you here. Show you that as we get into the Port Huron area, it looks like more rain toward Lakeport, but then you get just north and west of there into Yale and up into parts of Sanilac County here. This is all snow, and I want to show you something kind of crazy that happened earlier tonight. And in fact, you know what we'll do here? Let's just widen this out a little bit. And what I want to do is use our interactive little toolbar here and put this in motion. I want to show you something. Watch right there. Did you see that right here? We'll play. Let this play out. We'll play it one more time. Watch this area right here. Get ready. A lightning strike. We actually had a lightning strike up there near Saginaw Bay this evening. That's just crazy. But again, that's all been up in the thumb. The high-resolution models earlier today did a great job modeling that, the transition from rain to snow. For the kids heading to the bus stop or you going to work in the morning, near 30 degrees, maybe a few flakes around. 44 in the afternoon for the kids coming home on that bus stop, breezy and chilly, but wind chill is going to be a bit of an issue just because of the time of year. Look at this. When you start your day tomorrow, teens for wind chills, 20s to the south, and then as we move through the day, noon hour, 20s to the north, around 30 to the south, and then by the end of the afternoon, it's going to be basically 30s for wind chills. So it's going to feel like most of the day 30s, but starting off like teens to near 20. Be back with the rest of the forecast in just a few, guys.
Right, Paul. Our other top story tonight, Plymouth Canton Community Schools making changes after multiple racist incidents at school. The latest involves posters containing hate speech being found on campus.
Yeah, that discovery now sparking community meetings to address ways on how to prevent future incidents. Pamela Osborne is live tonight. Pam, you spoke to some students about the changes that the district is making.
Yeah, these students are very involved. They are the president and vice president of the Black Student Union, and they tell me that so far they are already encouraged by some of the changes they're seeing on campus that have taken place since those incidents first happened. Days after PCEP students walked out to protest a racist video made by a fellow student, there was another incident. This time, according to a letter that went home to parents Friday, 3 posters containing hate speech were found on campus. Police were notified, and so were students who feel as though the district is listening by keeping the lines of communication open.
Having just a listening ear is our main thing, and not only listening just to the Black Student Union, but everybody. So that's been really encouraging.
As Jacob Jackson explains, students experiencing or witnessing racism now have a new tool at their disposal.
We just came out with a new QR code system that's been implemented in every single classroom in the high school as well as in the hallways that will ping each level leader at the elementary, middle, and high school level.
The reports can be made anonymously, but for those who choose to provide contact information, they will be kept up to date.
They let you know within that 24-hour, 48-hour period, hey, we got this. We have understood that there's an issue and we're going to look into it. And then from there, an investigation will start and updates will come periodically.
The president and vice president of the Black Student Union say they've been working closely with teachers and administrators to prevent future incidents, but they aren't stopping there.
Me and Andy really have felt that, that pressure of racism from the student body, and so we're kind of working on, educating and, talking and having this conversation on race with the students.
They are difficult and important conversations to have.
Opening up this conversation can make people, staff members, other students more comfortable in calling this out and addressing it and educating it.
And we did reach out to the district for comment, but did not hear back. In that letter that went out to parents, though, they did say that there is no tolerance for hate or bigotry in schools within the district. It's another reason why the superintendent is encouraging parents and students to attend that May 11th forum where they will get into these very issues that a lot of people are talking about. Reporting live outside of PCEP, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Okay, Pam, thank you. Well, tomorrow we expect to learn more about a deadly police shooting in Roseville. The Macomb County Sheriff will hold a news conference in the morning.
The deadly shooting started this morning with 53-year-old Frank Robles crashing, you see it here in this video, into a semi head-on. This is on Groesbeck near 12 Mile. Police say when they approached Robles, he had a knife in his hand and his wrists were cut. According to police, Robles refused to put the knife down as he walked toward one of the officers. He was shot 9 times and died at the scene. Neighbors say the scene was dangerous for everyone involved.
This looked like he was coming head on, if that was my guess. The way it hit, looks like he probably spun around, jumped out, and that's probably when it all went down.
Robles was a custodian for Roseville schools. The driver of the semi wasn't hurt. Right now, both officers involved in the shooting are on paid leave during the investigation. Also in Roseville, family and friends are hoping a 12-year-old girl recovers after getting hit by a car outside her middle school.
Happened this morning outside Roseville Middle School on Martin Road and Barkman Street. Police say a person driving a Chevy Cruze hit the child. That's when a parent who was walking her son to school jumped into action.
I just rubbed her back and told her, help's on the way, stay with me. And, I just prayed for her.
The 12-year-old had surgery at a local hospital. No word on her condition tonight. Parents say the intersection where the girl was hit needs to be safer to avoid having something like this happen again.
2 more people have been indicted by the Justice Department for allegedly stealing unemployment benefits during the pandemic. The accused are Autumn Mims of Troy and William Haynes of Detroit. Investigators say Mims worked as a claims examiner for Michigan's Unemployment Insurance Agency. The indictment says she processed bogus claims using the names of unwitting third parties. The money ended up in bank accounts newly opened by Mims and Haynes, according to prosecutors. Documents linked to those accounts were found in Mims' home. The 2 face charges including wire fraud and aggravated identity theft.
Tomorrow, an exoneration hearing will be held again for a Detroit man who was convicted for someone else's crimes. 35-year-old Terrence Calhoun was supposed to be released last Friday, but a judge put the case on hold after being handed a binder by a Detroit police officer who claimed the judge needed to look at the evidence again. Calhoun was accused of sexually assaulting a teen girl and attempting to kidnap another near a Detroit liquor store. This was back in 2006. He was in prison for 15 years, but DNA evidence indicated the crimes were committed by another man. The hearing starts tomorrow at 1. Tonight, the city of Detroit is highlighting a program that can help convicted criminals start over and hope more people will take advantage of it.
It's called Project Clean Slate. It helps people expunge their convictions and sets them up with jobs and housing opportunities. Wavy Crockett joined the program and was able to get his record expunged in 6 months. He's now living his dream as a comedian and is able to provide for his family of 6.
It definitely opens the door for me being able to travel abroad without having to worry about this felony hanging over me.
And those are the kind of stories that we want to continue to share to encourage Detroiters to register for Project Clean Slate.
Comedian is. The city estimates 168,000 residents are eligible for the program. You can learn more about the qualifications on clickondetroit.com. Tonight, the U.S. pressing its allies to keep Ukraine supplied with weapons over fears of the war expanding. For the second day in a row, explosions rocked the separatist region near Moldova, knocking out 2 radio antennas close to the Ukrainian border. Also, Poland and Bulgaria say Russia is cutting off natural gas supplies to the 2 NATO countries starting tomorrow. Poland has been a major gateway for delivery of weapons to Ukraine. President Vladimir Putin also agreeing tonight to evacuate civilians from a besieged steel plant in the city of Mariupol.
Tomorrow, we're expecting new COVID numbers from the state. The CDC now believes the majority of Americans have been infected with COVID. In a new report, researchers say the Omicron wave pushed the number of Americans with antibodies to nearly 60%. The numbers are even higher for children. The CDC thinks 3 out of every 4 children have been infected. The percentage of children with antibodies rose from 45% in December to 75% in February. Researchers examined blood samples from more than 200,000 people.
We'll be right back in 90 seconds with a look at a new program aiming to help local businesses deliver your packages to your front door faster.
But first, coming up tomorrow morning on Local 4, are games such as Wordle, really good for your brain. Plus, streaming at 7 a.m., spring cleaning secrets, while you might want to start decluttering your sock drawer first.
That's true. Then at 7:30, what you can expect at this year's 2022 North American International Auto Show. Join our morning team from 4:30 to 7 a.m. on Local 4. Then click on Local 4 Plus. You got to open that app. It's on your TV, though. You download it, open it up, and then we're on for the rest of the day.
What are the things that concern you and your family?
People lack understanding for each other. Things that are costing more.
What's going on in the schools?
The economy, politics, and it's the divisiveness. Job security, well-being of my family.
A lot of people that are probably still out of work.
What's so special about this community?
People staying committed to making their city better.
I love that there's always something to do.
Vacation in Detroit, because there's so much great going on.
Very well said. It's just a great town to raise a family in.
I just love all the sports. There's a special connectedness.
What are your worries right now?
Economy.
The rental prices are astronomical right now.
Everybody's paying a lot more for gas, and everybody's paying a lot more for bread and eggs right now.
Yeah. The prices of groceries is way up there. It's hard out here.
And then I feel bad for the people that can't afford the things that they need.
What can we do better?
Talk to more people around the community, get more feedback.
I just wanted to see the local stuff. That's it.
What could we do better?
Little less Kimberly Gill.
You guys do a good job bringing a positive light to things that go on within the community.
You care about what you're doing.
We could make tomorrow better than yesterday.
All right, Paul. Paul's backtracking a cool down overnight and some snow.
But luckily, Paul, the week is going to end on a much better note.
That's
yes, right. Yes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. The thing is, I have to tell you about the tunnel first. So let's do that. I know. They're making fun of me again at the desk. Look at this. Temperatures are in the 30s across much of the area, just barely at 40 here at Metro. And keep in mind, these wind chills are now in the upper 20s to low 30s across the area. It's a chilly one out there, and you can see with colder air, you throw a little moisture into that, you get snow, and here we go. Look at this. It's been snowing here up in the thumb. The earlier high-resolution models did a great job. The one that I picked, that I showed you on Local 4 News at 5 and 6, that had a great amount of timing that it got right in terms of the transition from that rain that we had earlier to the snow. And you can see that it's snowing pretty good up there, but we're going to see a lot of that come to an end, and now I have something pretty high up in the Paul Gross Wake-Coolometer to show you. This is the water vapor imagery. I've been showing this for a couple of days. Now, yesterday I was showing you this big upper-level disturbance up in Canada and told you it was going to come down across the state. Look at the structure on this thing. This thing looks like a right hook from Mother Nature. Look at that swirl there. This is very impressive. So that created extra lift, which really enhanced the precipitation tonight, but it also cooled things down aloft where you generate that precipitation, and that's why we saw that changeover from rain to snow as this thing plowed right overhead with that core of cold air. So we have other changes to talk about. So let's take a look, and what we're going to do here, my button's not working here. There, now it's working. All right. Today and tomorrow, the coldest days of the week, we have this trough of low pressure right here, and that's a dip in the jet stream. It allows that colder air to come down. But look what's going to happen. That thing is going to start shifting east. Now, we're still under its influence tomorrow, but by Thursday, the orientation gets farther out to the east, and we start to see gradual warming. So we'll be back into the 50s by Thursday and Friday, and by Sunday, back into the 60s as we kind of get that jet stream back a little farther to the north. So let's talk about it on the model here. So there's that snow up in the thumb here. As the night wears on and a cold front comes through, a lot of that moisture moves out. And at that point, it's just scattered flurries, a little patch of a light snow shower perhaps, but overall nothing of any consequence. Again, this is very light stuff. This stuff quickly moves out mid-afternoon, and some of us may get to see that sunset tomorrow night. Wouldn't that be great? And then as we clear those skies tomorrow night, we get into a great day on Thursday with lots of sunshine. All right, so tonight dropping down within shouting distance of 30 degrees with the scattered light snow. Once that stuff in the thumb moves out, then it just becomes scattered. Tomorrow, the high only 45 degrees with that northwest wind 10 to 15. Wind chills when you wake up in the teens to low 20s and then rising into the 30s during the afternoon. It's going to be a cold day by late April standards. And again, hopefully get some of that sunshine in here for the sunset. And here we go with sunshine Thursday, Friday with temps in the 50s, near 60 on Saturday. Right now I'm keeping it dry, kind of fingers crossed we're going to hold on to an area of high pressure, and hopefully that holds out for Saturday, because after that it gets decidedly more unstable. Back into the 60s all the way through next week, but with lots of rain chances. But I think at this point, I think a lot of people would take the trade-off for the warmer weather with the raindrops, guys.
Okay, Paul, thank you. Delta Airlines is giving flight attendants a pay boost that you might find surprising. Did you know most flight attendants are not on the clock until passengers are seated and the doors are closed? Delta is changing that policy June 2nd and will pay them during the boarding process. The rate will be 50% of regular pay, but it's still expected to boost salaries. Delta says it recognizes their important role, but critics wonder if it's trying to avoid an effort to unionize.
NATO will plan to get packages to your front door more quickly.
Today, the post office unveiled a new program to help local businesses deliver mail on the same day at a reduced price. Tonight, our consumer investigator Hank Winchester breaks it down for us.
The Postal Service under pressure, feeling the heat, needing to change. Remember, for the last 2 years, so many of you have been complaining to Help Me Hank about slow or non-existent mail delivery. It's been a huge problem.
I'm being told it's going to be 3 to 5 business days. It can be 3 weeks, 4 weeks, not show up.
The USPS now launching Connect Local, which provides same-day or next-day delivery service to businesses that drop off packages at 17 different locations in Metro Detroit.
We listened carefully to our business customers to develop this program. We want to give all businesses more user-friendly ways to interact with us.
This will offer faster delivery, and it's also more affordable for the local businesses to get the job done.
This is really for those businesses that need to be in a cost-efficient manner to successfully serve their businesses and their customers.
The Postal Service feeling the heat to change and evolve, and the Postmaster General has said other big changes are coming, changes that will make the customer experience easier.
Okay, that was Hank Winchester reporting for us. Businesses who want to use the service must register in advance at the USPS website. All right, a big day for Ford and the future of the auto industry.
Yeah, production officially starting on the all-electric F-150 Lightning at its factory in Dearborn. Ford plans to boost production to 150,000 units in the next year or so, way more than the initial target of 40,000. The vehicle has hands-free driving and goes 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds. Ford Executive Chairman Bill Ford Jr. says this is a big day for the automaker and Detroit.
A lot of people are starting with clean sheet, new vehicles. We took our two most iconic vehicles, Mustang and F-150, and we said, let's electrify them. Those are both bet your company kind of things. And so this is a really big deal for us.
The Lightning starts at just under 40 grand, but it goes up pretty quickly after that. Like if you want tires, it has a standard battery that's good for 230 miles.
Rims, not hubcaps. Yeah, it's what car lovers have been waiting for. The North American International Auto Show returns this year for the first time in more than 3 years. The show will run from September 14th through the 25th. It'll be based at Huntington Place, but we'll also have displays at Hart Plaza and at the Detroit Riverfront. There will be several indoor tracks, outdoor activities, and of course, vehicle reveals. The Black Tie Charity Preview Gala will be held September 16th. We've posted more information on our website. Just go to clickondetroit.com.
That'd be good. And if you're watching on Click On, thank you again. And thanks for watching us here at 10.
We'll see you back here for Local 4 News at 11.
I feel it, and I know you do too. Stress. And some moments in the day are harder than others. But are you responding in a healthy way? I know for me, the answer is sometimes no.
I think you have to decide, I don't like the way that I feel and I want to feel better.
I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Stress is inevitable, but it doesn't have to dominate our lives. So I went looking for free tools that actually help with stress. Tomorrow at 5, we're trying them out. I'll show you what works and why. It just may be the answer you've been looking for.